Hi everyone. I just wanted to come on and invite you guys on this journey of sovereignty with me. I am Benita. I am a flight attendant, I'm an NLP coach, a sound healer, and a yoga instructor. And I am on the road to becoming sovereign. So I first heard this word maybe about 6 or 7 months ago on Twitter from a content creator who is into human design, and she said that in 2025 and beyond, women have to become sovereign and essentially be independent of the system, of the matrix, and wholly focus in on themselves, honing their skills, honing their skill sets, and creating their own sources of income. And so I have always wanted to be independent, and I've always have been independent, but I have not been independent when we discuss financially, meaning I've always relied on a job to pay for my living. So basically exchanging my person, me, for money. So exchanging time for money. And so I've moved past that point, and I have just started an Airbnb with my dad. And this is one step to me attaining sovereignty. And I want you guys to come along with me on that journey. So essentially, I have had my house for probably almost to 10 years, close to 10 years. I lived in my house for 3. And then when I became a flight attendant, I essentially gave up my house, meaning that I leased it out. And for 5 years, I had tenants, and I have been through the whole entire spectrum of tenants, from having a tenant that was a drug lord, shame, but that was during COVID, okay, to having a tenant that was a scammer, and then to having tenants that were like essentially on their stuff, always paying, no issues, no problems. And so this year in 2025, but really 2024, I decided that I wanted to take ownership back of my home, and I wanted to try something different. I wanted to try to do Airbnb. So I am on this path because I have a really close person as well as a consultant who does Airbnb and has told me about all of the financial benefits of doing Airbnb and how it is feasible for me to still potentially be able to live in my house at times because I'm a flight attendant. I'm barely at home. I stay in hotels all the time, to be able to Airbnb my place out whenever I'm at work, therefore creating another source of income. So I'm inviting y'all on this journey. So my tenants moved out in November, and so December, January, and February, I essentially have been getting the house in order. And dun, 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 it's March, and the house is in order. Everything is looking great. Everything is looking good. And I had essentially created a goal in my mind, and my goal to get my house onto the Airbnb market was going to be, I believe I had a goal of March, but my idea was to be finished with the property as far as furnishing it. It was for me to have all of that done, all of that completed by February. So I set up on Airbnb, I let the bookings fall where they may, and I opened it up for March. And then maybe like February the 14th? No, I'm lying. Actually, it was at the beginning of February. So the first week of February, somebody actually booked. And I was like, holy cow, this is real. And so I had my first booking, and I have my first booking, and I want you guys to follow me on my journey with the first booking. So the first booking is this week. It is March the 6th through the 9th. And I'm feeling all these anxieties about it. But I want to tell y'all the life lessons that I have personally learned from this experience. And I have some notes here, so if I'm not looking in the camera, that is why. So the notes that I have learned about being sovereign and about following into something that is brand new, which for me is creating this multiple or additional stream of revenue, is walk in alignment with who you want to be. So there were days when I was just like super freaking scared, and all I wanted to do was lay in a bed. And then I would have to be like, no. The person who owns an Airbnb gets up and takes care of business. They have a list, they knock things off of their checklist, they get it done every single day. So always walk in alignment, because there are days when you're scared, but push through. The second thing is, I said at the beginning of the video, I am an NLP coach, but tapping is and has been a game changer for me. So EFT tapping, which is essentially on certain energy points within the body and reaffirming and stating like the emotions that you're feeling and talking yourself through it, helped me to acknowledge my fears and shift my mindset to keep going. So one of the tapping sessions that I would do is like, I am a boss. I make boss moves. And I would go through all of those points, and I'll do another video on that. But the tapping has been a game changer. The other thing is just do it. It's the last thing on my list for my lessons. Just do it. Just do it. Period, point blank, just do it. So originally I said I thought I was going to have everything done by like February. And when February came, I still wasn't there. But I set up Airbnb, I automated it so that it would actually go live, so my listing would be available. Had I not done that, I don't think I would have this first guest. And I think that I would still be rounding into March, not having any results. And the reason why I wouldn't have any results is because I wouldn't have moved. So just do it. Whatever it is that you want to do, just do it. For me, it was putting the listing on Airbnb. Just do it. So basically, those are like my 3 tips. I hope that you guys follow this channel and follow along. I definitely will come back and tell you about the first visit. Fingers crossed. I've heard horror stories. I'm hoping I don't have any horror stories, but follow me on my journey to sovereignty. So this is just one stream of income that I am creating for myself, using my home as an Airbnb as I travel as a flight attendant and Airbnb my home out. I also have different coaching things coming up, as well as workshops, which will be additional streams of income. And essentially my end goal is to be able to live out of the country for 6 months at a time. Like, that is my goal. That's my dream life. My dream life is not to live in America, hence the picture in the background. My dream life is to be able to live in another country, to live abroad. And I have done that before and I loved it, but I actually lived there for 2 years consecutively. But I would like to be able to go back and forth and flirt between America and somewhere else. I really enjoy Mexico City. I really enjoy La Paz. I love Mexico. Recently went to Costa Rica, so that may be another thing that I flirt with. But in the end, on my channel, I'm just going to cover all things flight attendant, as well as all of the steps towards me gaining sovereignty. And I hope that you come along for the ride. Mwah. Wish me luck. Fingers crossed. I am walking as if I am that boss. I am the boss. I am that bitch.